Okay, so this is pretty crazy. Mike has this Godzilla game for the PC Engine.
Yep.
And it was very familiar looking. I'm looking at the screenshots. We just played it a little bit. And it's basically a lot like that Godzilla Destroy All Monsters game that got canceled, which was going to be for the Super Nintendo. But let me back up and explain that whole history again.
It was going to be for the Super Nintendo, but it was going to be. Came out Super Famicom.
Yeah, now I mentioned it in the Nerd episode of Godzilla, how Nintendo Power reviewed this upcoming Godzilla Destroy All Monsters tournament fighter game.
Episode 77?
They reviewed it at Nintendo Power, and then they canceled it. So as a kid, I was so disappointed. But it wasn't until later I realized it made it to Super Famicom. It was called Kaiju Daikasen, or Monster War.
Which you own a copy of that.
I do, and that's what I played in the episode.
On Super Famicom.
That's what I showed in the episode, yeah. But what I didn't know until this very day was that it was a sequel to a game called Godzilla Battle Legends, a PC Engine. And this game came out on the TurboGrafx 16 CD, which was called Godzilla. Just plain Godzilla, to confuse you a little more.
It was called like War God or something, right? The first one?
No, Battle Legends, which is this.
Okay.
The sequel was for the Super Famicom called Kaiju Daikasen, or Monster War.
Monster War.
Yeah.
So the Monster War is the sequel.
Monster War is the sequel, and that is the one that would have came out on Super Nintendo, but they canceled it. So here we are with the original game, which I did not know about.
There you go. And you know,
it's very similar.
I bought this a while back because I wanted to show this to you, and we were just playing like Lords of Thunder. And I honestly just totally forgot. I meant to show this to you like a long time ago, and I never did. And what happened was, because around the same time I also found out about this, so I came over to James one day and I'm like, hey, James, you gotta check this out. You gotta check this out. And I just like fucked up, and I'm like, check this out. So we pop in like this Godzilla game, and I was so excited to like show this to you. But then I showed him the Sega Saturn version, which is all just like text, and James was like, yeah, this is great. Yeah. Well, I meant to show you this one.
Well, the thing is, what's hard to do is hard to play a text game when, you know, you can't read Japanese.
That's why.
And actually, because of this reason, I've actually been practicing a lot of kana. So I am a very beginner. I'm very slow at it, but I was at least able to read the instructions in this. I was able to read all the monster names, so at least we know who we're looking at.
And the moves and stuff.
I was able to read like dash or like, you know, stuff pound or things like that, you know, like so here we are at the game. We know a little bit about it.
Also, one more thing. Wasn't there also something, it was in the arcade?
There was an arcade fighting game. If you look at my video I did at Galloping Ghost in Chicago, there's a little bit of footage of that. It was another one of those games. Never heard about it before.
It's just like an arcade fighting Godzilla.
It's just a fighting arcade Godzilla, and
that's cool.
Yeah, so I don't know, maybe you can get it on MAME or something.
Yeah, and then there's a lot of other like Godzilla games that we've played too. Like there's ones on like PlayStation and GameCube and stuff like that. We've done that, but the most interesting by far is all this like PC Engine stuff, and you know, this game, I have to say, we had just played it before. The graphics are really cool, and this would have been an awesome. This is truly what should have come out.
It's what you would have wanted back then. And while this was going on, I'm sitting there playing like that Godzilla NES game and like that little shitty chess game, you know? And I'm like, why can't there be a Godzilla game that's all fighting?
Well, and it only took till 2018.
Well, you know what? To tell the truth, when I finally did get to play something awesome, it was when we were in college and we played that Melee game, which I think was GameCube.
Well, yeah.
And there was all these Godzilla fighting games since, and so it's basically just kept getting better and better and better. Until you get to the PS4 game, and then it goes to shit again. So anyway.
Yeah. Like, this game looks fantastic. I feel like everything on this system just looks really good.
Yeah, I mean, especially
like, I love the
time.
I mean, obviously for the time.
Yeah, I don't really like that style of text with, like, the blocky kind of, you know, it looks kind of like you blew up, like, Atari text or something. It's like, why do it that
I meant
way?
more like what the characters look like.
The characters look cool. Especially once the game starts.
And also,
going.
if you hit the 1 button, can you do that real quick? I think you switched it. There was a way to switch to Jet Jaguar in the background. I forget how exactly.
I seen him do it too. That it showed Jet Jaguar. So I didn't see Jet Jaguar in the instruction manual though.
They showed him on the screen.
He was.
Maybe he's unlockable or something.
That's very possible because I think when this starts off, it doesn't give you all the characters right away.
Look at that.
That looks just like the Toho intro.
Go.
Dun, 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 dun,
Oh
dun,
yeah,
dun, dun.
and it's got the music.
Yeah. Wow.
Gigan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
This is what we wanted on Super Nintendo.
Yeah.
Back in 1992.
This is what we want. Hey, it existed. It existed.
Isn't that sad that it existed?
It's very sad.
What happened? Why didn't we get this? 93. I'm sorry, not 92.
Can you imagine? That was when I was like the most into Godzilla. It was like 93, like around that whole time.
Man, why didn't it come out?
I didn't even know about it.
What happened?
What happened?
Who are the people that
are these people?
made it not come to the United States?
I don't know. It's like,
Okay,
okay, so we get to
can you beat
the Fierce Beast,
Anguirus
the flying shit,
or Rodan?
or maybe I should. I'm gonna try
Will
this
there be a little cameo from George Takei in the Rodan area?
Oh yeah, did do one of the voices. All right.
So there's a lot going on with Godzilla now too. By the way, like there's an animated show.
They got the Toho's doing stuff. You know, Hollywood's doing stuff. It's crazy. You seen Kong Skull Island?
I haven't seen it yet. No,
Oh,
I went on
okay.
the ride though in Universal.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because that's setting up like the monster universe. So now it's like at the end of that one, they show like they hint to like Ghidorah and Rodan.
The
stuff,
giant monster universe, not the.
Well, that's not even a thing anymore.
Yeah, fucking the Mummy. That movie sucked.
Did you see the review I did with Doug recently?
Didn't we review it?
Well, we
didn't.
We reviewed it. We did.
Oh yeah.
But then Doug did one as the nostalgia critic, and I did it as like a guest, like the nerd and the critic.
Oh, I didn't know you did that. Okay.
Yeah, check that out. That's like I feel like that properly dissected the movie and all the things wrong with it. So.
Oh, I have to watch it.
Yeah, check it out. All right, so here we go. I'm Godzilla, and you can do like a beam like that. There's a little bit of variations on the beam, like now kind of
atomic blast.
Yeah, like there's you can grab if you get close enough, which he's beating the shit out of me. So he's got me. But when you grab, you can like bite at the other monster and there's blood. So
like maybe
trying
toss
to do
him.
it. Yeah, if I can get close enough. Yeah, once you grab, then you can do like some more stuff. There I go.
I love that there's blood in the game.
Yeah, exactly.
Which, if this did make it to Super Nintendo, they probably would have taken the blood out, depending on when it came out.
Yeah, depending when. So this, you use your green meter. If that runs out, you can't do the breath. I'm kind of forgetting like a lot of it because I just practiced. You know what I don't like about this? I'll say right up front is that there's a jump button, and fighting games, you know.
You'd rather use the D-pad.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, maybe that's why I didn't come out here, because they didn't want you to complain about the controls.
That's the reason.
You specifically.
Yeah. Oh, there's this guy named James who doesn't like when there's a jump button, so let's just cancel the
We're just canceled.
I'd like to grab him.
It's nice to have an atomic blast. There you go. Come on.
He's got me.
He's pecking you. Nice. All right. Ooh. Not an easy game, huh?
Not really, especially when you're like trying to figure out the moves again. It's mostly like Street Fighter style, but
sort of Street Fighter style.
Sort of.
That's good. Oof.
Come on, flame.
That was good. You deflected his tornado with your blast. You're almost dead.
Ooh,
damn.
Shit and fuck. These games always were pretty hard.
Yeah.
When I tried that arcade one in Chicago, it was like,
too.
Wow. It was like, it just fucked me up.
Let's see if we can beat one guy.
Yeah, exactly. Wouldn't that be nice? Well, we played the versus mode, which was different than.
You know, in all honesty, why it might not have come out here is because it's so hard.
That might be that is usually the case, like with Mario 2 and stuff like that.
But then there's exceptions, like Castlevania Dracula's Curse, which is harder in the U.S. than.
Oh, okay, that's
Japan.
right. Yeah. Mm-hmm. You were telling me.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, come on.
There you go. You bite him.
Yeah.
Don't let him bite you. There you go. There you go. Actually, that's pretty good. It takes away a good amount of. You're just like biting each other.
Yeah. There's a move I did before we recorded that I want to try. It's,
that like atomic pulse thing.
Yeah, you grab them and then you do like this circular motion and it like just blasts in a circle like your atomic breath. But you have to wait till your meter's full. It's the only way to do it. I'm gonna wait actually. I just want to get my meter full so I can try it.
It seems like he's not coming after you too much.
Good.
Yeah, it helps you get your meter up.
Yeah, almost.
And there's no time, which is good too.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, versus
or at least
mode
it's off.
time.
Yeah.
Oh, I tried it.
Well, but you got the bite though.
Yep. Oh,
that's good.
I lost my meter because I did a tail attack.
It's fairly even right now. Come on.
Shit.
Damn. Beat him, James.
There we go.
Use your atomic blast on him. Like, just beat him.
Okay.
Oh,
the throw! I forgot there's a throw.
Forget that move. Just beat him. Like, use your atomic blast.
Damn. We practiced the moves before we did it, and now I can't remember them again.
Yeah.
It's like it was that quick where I forgot.
So Godzilla vs. Anguirus, that was one of the earlier movies, right?
Well, Godzilla Raids Again.
Raids Again, which is the second movie.
Which had tons of titles. It was Godzilla's Counterattack, Gigantus, the fire monster. But that was the second movie, yeah. I wonder if we could destroy the pagoda.
It was also in black and white.
Yeah, only the first two were black and white.
That's good. You're almost gonna win this. Atomic blast. Atomic blast.
Yeah, if I can.
Nice. Okay, you're out of green. You almost got him. Almost. Come on. Yeah!
All right.
Nice. So is that it? Like, or do you have to fight him twice, like Mortal Kombat style?
Yeah, it seems like you don't.
Just once.
That's kind of cool. I like that for
That's
a change.
good.
It's different.
Oh, and you don't have to fight both
Ghidorah.
guys. You just have to fight the one and then move on.
Oh, Gigan or Ghidorah?
Your call.
I think I'm gonna go with Ghidorah. You gotta see Ghidorah.
I guess you gotta say it. Yeah. Ghidra's like the main dude.
Yeah.
Wow, we're already on Ghidorah.
Yeah.
That was pretty quick. Okay. Do you have a preference, Ghidorah or Ghidra?
I mean, I've been watching the movies in their native language more, and it seems more like they say Ghidorah. When a lot of people say Ghidorah, but with the original like English dubs, I think they said more like Ghidra. I think they even spelled it Ghidra originally in the American version. Like, so there's been like all kinds of different ways.
That's what they say, but do you have a preference? Like what you would like what you like?
I guess because I'm most used to Ghidra. That's just how I would say Ghidra, but I guess you just add a little more Ghidra. Like just so
yeah.
By the way, they're totally near Jupiter. I guess that's what they said. Planet X was in the shadow of Jupiter. It was like a hidden planet orbit.
And that didn't come. He didn't like even come into existence for a while, right? Isn't he like the 10th movie or something? Like how far into it?
Ghidra. That was like.
Did he come in?
Godzilla Raids Again, King Kong vs. Godzilla, Godzilla vs. Mothra, Ghidra 5.
Oh, so the 5th one. Okay.
Yeah.
So not as far as I thought. By the way, you're like doing well.
I think.
Well, you were. Until Ghidra fucked you up.
Oh.
Yeah, now you're just getting destroyed. I'm sorry I said that. Every time I
say that, yeah.
Maybe you just start doing badly to make me look like an asshole. That's what I think. I mean, I'm an asshole either way. So, like...
There we go.
That's it. That's what I was saying, the method. Like, back up, let your thing charge, and go in for the kill. See, because they tend to, like, stay back there,
right.
you know?
Unless you start shooting
it might be a little cheap to do it this way, but, like, if he's not going to come for you... Oh, fuck, lightning.
There we go. That's exactly what I was just saying.
It is. You almost got this. Fuck him up!
Yeah!
Yeah! Eat him!
Eat him!
Eat him. I don't know why I said that. Yeah.
All right.
Godzilla, he's like, he's at the fork and knife. He's like having Geeja for dinner.
Yeah. By the way, did you want to play some of this, or do you want me to
You're good. You know the moves. Okay. I don't.
All right.
I got to get another controller for...
Yeah, so we fight each other. What are some of those other moves? I'm like...
Yeah, if this is... I guess if this is versus, if anybody knows, like, I need to get another controller, so that's why we're not doing that.
A lot of up, left, rights. Oh, what's going on here? One says Batara. Two says...
What's the time?
Minoa?
Time over for what? Oh, were you supposed to do something? You're supposed
it's a trivia. Oh, I didn't know. I was...
how fast can you figure out?
Okay, how fast can I actually read? Like, I can read those, but I can't read them that quick. So here we got the Smog Monster, or Magara. I go Smog Monster.
Yeah. Curious to see what he looks like in this game.
It's cool the way the words come in too.
It's great. It looks great. It's such a loss that we didn't have this on Super Nintendo.
It really is. We almost did. It was in Nintendo Power. Not this one.
What
the sequel,
what a dick tease Nintendo Power
really.
Are you happy though that you're getting to fucking play the game?
Yeah, finally.
Only took like 30 fucking years.
And it almost doesn't even matter because those Melee games and all that was like so much better. So.
Oh, do you think those are better?
Yeah, I mean the ones that are like 3D, when you can pick up the buildings and throw them and all that.
I guess that's true.
Those were good. All right, here we go.
So most recent thing, by the way, that I heard about Godzilla is there's a new like animated Godzilla series, which like how do you even watch that? Like what's that even on Netflix or something?
Netflix, yeah.
So
I don't know if it's a series. It might be a feature film.
Okay.
But it's Netflix.
But apparently Godzilla is 1,000 feet tall.
Yeah.
In that, which is insane.
I mean, if it's anime, it's a totally different universe than like it's not. There's no continuity with other films, so it's its own thing. So that doesn't bother me at all. It's like if that's what they need him to be in whatever story.
Would it bother you if they made him 1,000 feet tall in like a legit Toho like?
Only if it like totally didn't make sense somehow.
Right.
I mean, he's almost like.
Isn't he already like 400 feet tall or something?
If you go by the English dub in the first movie, he's 400 feet, but he was never actually 400 feet in any of them. That's more like considered incorrect information now. But back then, that's what we were told.
So how tall is he typically?
See, I say it in videos.
Okay.
So I know it, but I don't know it right now.
Okay.
So you know what I mean?
Right.
It's more like 100 something. It's not like it's not 400 because they go by meters too, and it's like a lot of times when you get the official count, because we don't use meters here usually, so we're not like quick a lot of times to think like, oh, how many feet would that be?
So what was the explanation though in the Godzilla King Kong thing to why they were the same size? It was just there is no explanation.
Well, there's Willis O'Brien King Kong. There's like RKO, and then there's like Toho, and it's like a totally different Kong. It's like,
but they didn't try to explain it or anything in the movie. Well,
they did. He's just as tall as Godzilla in that movie. It's a different King Kong. It's a different movie. It's not even Skull Island. They call it like Faroe Island or something.
Okay.
It's a totally different.
It's just
like you have American King Kong. You have Japanese King Kong.
Right.
It's just it doesn't continue off of.
But I mean,
movies.
People seeing that movie in the that came out actually in the 60s when that came out. And I guess Smog Monster is a little tough here. Do you think like people were confused at all? Like because people knew of like the Willis O'Brien King Kong?
Yeah, but I don't think they I mean, it's hard to imagine the 60s, but I don't think people cared about continuity as much. Like
In the 60s,
every movie was just its own movie. Unless it was like a direct sequel to that movie, but this wasn't. It was just like a completely different. It's in color. It's Japanese. It's
so different anyway.
It's so different, yeah. Like, I don't think people ever even thought, like, oh, because even on the posters of the original King Kong, or like the promo art and stuff, they'd show him like next to the skyscrapers, and it's like, here's him holding Ann Darrow, but here's like the skyscraper, and it's like, okay, that doesn't make any sense.
And speaking of the skyscrapers, what about that one of like Godzilla and Megalon? Godzilla's on top of, I guess it was like the Twin Towers or something.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. They on the VHS art, or it might have been like the American poster, they had him fighting on top of the World Trade Center.
How would he ever get on top of it without it, like...
And it's not even... It doesn't even take place there. The whole thing takes place in Japan. It's basically...
That makes no sense.
When you have all the VHS art from like...
What's going on in the background? Is that...
Oh, Gigan,
not to cut you off.
Somebody.
Is that Jet Jaguar? I think it's Jet Jaguar.
It's Jet Jaguar fighting Gigan.
Versus fucking Gigan.
Isn't this great?
Oh, and by the way, so they have... You know why they're doing that?
Because it's the movie.
Because it's the movie. It's just what we're talking about.
Like they each
Magara.
Yeah, it's the tag team.
That's my favorite Godzilla movie, by the way.
Oh yeah.
No, it really is. Like, I'm not even kidding. Actually, I'm sorry. It's not. It's like, it's probably my second favorite. My favorite is Mechagodzilla. Or no, not Mecha. The one with Mecha King Ghidorah.
That's a great one with the time travel. And
that one.
That is great. I mean, it's like different reasons you could like all of them. They all have different appeals. My favorite changes all the time. Like, there's things I like about all of them. It's hard to, Ooh, wow. I fucked them up.
Because one of the things I like about the Godzilla movies that drew me to it so much, and that draws me to so many things, like the original Batman and the original Star Trek, was sort of the cheesiness and the campiness of them. Yeah. And that era of like the Jet Jaguar and stuff had that sort of the same campiness to it. I like that kind of thing, and that's why I really legitimately like that movie like so much. Alien Weapons.
It's weird they give them like these weird like descriptions.
I'm curious to see what this is gonna MG.
Mechagodzilla 1.
Oh, Mechagodzilla. They couldn't fit it on screen.
Yeah, I think
they called him Alien Weapon.
Yeah, it's weird.
Okay.
And one of the alternate titles was the Bionic Monster, and they called Biollante the Bionic Monster in this, so it's like, that's just really confusing.
Was he an alien weapon? Because I thought they built him.
Well, yeah, in the first one, he's an alien weapon to take over the world.
Okay.
The space chimps.
Is there a later one where they built them?
Because then Mechagodzilla 2 is a weapon built to fight Godzilla.
That's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah, and then the same thing with every time they do Mechagodzilla from now on.
Okay.
Basically, Mechagodzilla used to be a bad guy, and now he's like fights on the good guys.
Right, that's right. It's been a while. There's so many of those Mechagodzilla movies.
Yeah, this is my favorite Mechagodzilla when he's a bad guy.
In the first movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. Terror of Mechagodzilla.
Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla, and then Terror Mechagodzilla was a direct sequel to this one.
Yeah, I'm getting them messed up.
It's easy to get them confused because there's so many titles and everything.
There's so many movies.
Yeah, but that one was really good. The Terror of Mechagodzilla had a lot of editing done to it. Like, they cut out a lot of like parts that were either violent or even had like a little bit of nudity and stuff like that.
I love that beam that he shoots.
So if you see the original edit of Terror Mechagodzilla, it's way better, and I think it's like one of the best ones. That's one with Titanosaurus.
And by the way, like, I remember when we did Godzilla-thon, I think there was 28 Godzilla movies. What are we up to now? Is it like 30 now or more?
You look it up real quick, but like, I lost count again. It's probably
it's like over 30.
It's over 30 now.
That's crazy. So many.
I thought Shin Godzilla had like 20 minutes of like the best Godzilla action like ever.
It was really
There was like a section in the middle of that movie, like roughly about 20 to 40 minutes, where it was like, I think some of the best Godzilla.
I
scenes
legitimately
ever.
like enjoy that movie though. Like I liked the plot and everything, but I mean, it was a little light on the action stuff. But when it happened, it was like so awesome.
Yeah, I think it was just that there was a lot of talking, padding the rest of it. Like it got really long. I think when it got into like the real heavy Godzilla stuff, when everything's blown up, that should have went into the end of the movie. Instead, it kind of like stopped and then took like a break for too long, and then it was like, okay, we need to get back into it again.
Yeah.
And when it's good, that movie is great.
Yeah. Which one was Badera in?
Godzilla versus Mothra 2, the one from like '92, I think. That was where Mothra.
It's like one of the later. I think of it as like the later ones. Yeah, it's like not at all now, especially not.
Because there's also all the Mothra movies.
There's so many now. It's like, oh, there you go. That was it.
I've been trying to do that.
That's the atomic pulse.
Oh fuck. Ooh, I just want to get away from it.
Yeah. Oh, this is close. This is a close battle. You can get. Yeah, I think you got him. I think you got him.
Maybe.
Got him. Fuck you, Badera. And Badera has another form, right? Or no?
Yeah, he turns into the the wings.
Flying.
Form.
That's what. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a while since I watched a Godzilla movie.
Well, there's so many new ones now to watch.
Exactly. It's like, which one would you watch now if you were in the mood?
You mean of the older ones?
Yeah, or any of them, like anyone at all. I'm fighting Super X. This is ridiculous. Look at this.
I would watch Mega Gyrus.
Oh, okay.
Because I think that's the one I've seen least.
That's the one where he body slams.
I think I've only seen that movie one time, so I'd like to see that again. And also, I like Space Godzilla. I would watch that again. By the way, here's the music.
Exactly. Isn't this weird? I'm fighting Super X. Like they actually bothered to make this like a.
You know how it is with video games. They're like, all right, what else can we do?
Yeah. You know what I need to watch is the Ultraman series. I fairly recently I finished watching Ultra Q, so I've done that.
Have you watched all the Spectre Man?
Not all of them, no. That show's crazy. But Ultraman, Eiji Tsuburaya. Yeah, it's like that show is very yeah, it was. It's very close to Godzilla. Like it's the same effects artists and everything, and it's kind of like I feel like why didn't I watch all of those?
How much of that is there? Isn't there a ton?
There's a bunch because I think it's still going on to this day too. It's like it's a series and it's like
They never stop.
Exactly. There's Ultra Q, Ultraman, Ultra 7, and then like every fucking year after.
Seems
that,
like nothing like stops. Everything's still going.
It's like
they're still making Rocky movies, right? Aren't they making the next Creed, like which is essentially in the Rocky line?
I never would have thought that Creed would have turned out so good.
Right.
So I'm excited for Creed too.
Yeah, they are making it, right? Or no?
Apparently, yeah, and apparently it either has Ivan Drago or Ivan Drago's son or something like that.
And did he get cured of the cancer by the end of the first movie? I'm trying to remember.
You mean Creed?
No, I mean.
Yeah.
No, I mean Stallone in Creed.
In Creed, yeah. That's what I meant. Yeah, he I mean, it's in remission, I guess. He
didn't like die.
Right? No, he. I mean, not to spoil the movie, but I guess it's been out. So, but no, he does not die in it.
Yeah.
So, it's like, I think that was like a way to like get him out of it, finally, but to not kill him off.
Right.
To still have him around.
Hey guys, he's not gonna be fighting anymore.
He passed the torch and he did it successfully. They did it well. Like Force Awakens, passing the torch. I think that's the way to do it. There we go.
I want them to just at this point, because who cares at this point? Like you never would think at this point that there would still be fucking movies with Rocky, the character in it. So at this point, I feel like they should just get ridiculous, have like aliens take him over and just do something. Yeah, do a spoof. Basically.
I would like to see Mr. T come back as Clubber Lang. and basically bring all the villains back that you can, and even Apollo Creed. Fuck it, just bring him back.
Yeah, just yeah, exactly. They really should do a spoof
because he's dead, you know. But like bring him back as like a cyborg, like in that that Justice Enforcer game.
Bring them all back.
Ivan Drago, Justice Enforcer. Bring back Mickey.
Hey, I have the ghost of Mickey.
Have Mickey's body like on a tank or something.
That would be awesome, and he has to fight him in the ring. Like, yeah, they should totally make that. Is it?
I guess. Yep, those are credits.
Very cool. So,
wait, I beat the game?
You beat the game. That's the credits. We were talking about Mickey is like on a tank, and then you were... I don't know. And then the game got beaten. That's what happened. Sometimes you don't have to think.
I guess. Did we see all the monsters? Like
well, there was choices between each. So like this game has, I think, a replayability factor where you could go back and you could be you could fight the other guys.
We played a battle mode. There's also a versus mode.
Yeah, there's more to it.
And a versus mode, I thought would be 2 players, but there's a versus 1 player mode, and that is like, I don't know what the difference is, but it might shuffle the monsters in a different way.
Right. And I'm wondering like if you can unlock more stuff. Like maybe you can unlock Jet Jaguar and some other characters.
Because we didn't even play as anybody other than Godzilla, so maybe.
Yeah, so there's definitely more to it.
More to do, but hey, that's pretty cool.
There you go. But it is the end credits, and you can close a chapter on your life.
Yeah, better late than never, I guess.
a little late. Thanks for watching. Many more Mondays, many more games.
Yep.
All right.